Good morning, fourth grade. Today we will be exploring how we can find different natural resources in our homes. Before we get started, please update your table of contents on page 2 and add 210 topic natural resources at home, page 31 to your table of contents. I will now give you guys about 2 minutes to add this to page 2 of your table of contents. Now that you have updated your table of contents, let's begin exploring how different natural resources are used in our home or our everyday life. Yesterday, we made concrete mixing sand, um, limestone rock, and water. And we saw how those three natural resources together were able to make a piece of concrete. And concrete we see is used in making different buildings, different bridges, and many of our homes. Today we are going to do a reading on how these natural resources can be used everywhere, including in art. You can also find this reading on our FOSS ebook. To log on to your FOSS ebook, I will be reading from our FOSS ebook. But if you would like to reread from our FOSS textbook, you can go to Google Classroom on classwork, go to resources, click on FOSS ebook video tutorial, and you can see a step-by-step on how to log on to FOSS and where to find the read aloud. Today we will be reading from page 65 to 66. Let's get started. Rose Craig, born in 1943, is an artist. Rose makes beautiful watercolor paintings, and she is a skilled graphic artist and illustrator. For many years, Rose worked for the FOSS Science program, drawing illustrations for articles in the Science Resource Book. So this is Rose. However, Rose has one other artistic interest too. Rose makes ceramic tile. Ceramic tiles are made of clay. As you know, clay is an earth material. also known as a natural resource. So Rose is an earth material artist. This is how she makes her beautiful tiles. First, she places a big pile of clay on her work table. She uses a big rolling pin to flatten the clay into one big, thin sheet. The rolling process is very similar to rolling pie dough for pie crust. When the clay is rolled out just right, Rose uses a straight edge and a knife to cut the slab of clay into rectangular pieces. Rose then uses rubber stamps to press a shape into the surface of the soft clay. She might use a fish shape, a flower shape, or a dragonfly shape, and then trim around the shape. Now, Rose has to wait for the clay to dry. Clay is a natural resource, kind of very similar to the concrete that we made, since it has to wait to dry. After 3 or 4 days, the tiles are dry and ready to be decorated with special paints called glazes. First, Rose paints a background color on the tiles. When that is dry, she presses the design into the clay again and enhances it with bright contrasting color. When the tiles are painted just the way Rose likes them, she puts them in a kiln. A kiln is an oven that gets really hot, much hotter than a pizza oven. The intense heat changes the clay into rock-hard ceramic tiles. The color glaze becomes intensely shiny and hard as glass. The finished product is beautiful and useful. Because ceramic tiles are waterproof, they are good on surfaces for sinks and counters that get wet. They are also useful outside in the garden or on a deck because sunshine, rain, or snow will not damage them. Rose uses natural resources to make her ceramic clays. Clay is a small powder rock. The heat that she uses to make them get hard uses fire. Fire is also a natural resource that is powered by gas. There are natural resources are all around us and we are always using it. From the pencils we write with to the paper that we write on, let's think about natural resources all around us. What do people use natural resources to make or build things? Some natural resources that people use are wood, which can make pencils, different furniture, paper, and lots of things, or concrete, which can make the buildings we live in, and even aluminum. Aluminum is a metal natural resource, and it is used to make soda cans and even airplane parts. These are all different types of natural resources that are all around us. Do you think you can find some natural resources being used in your home? Let's go to page 31. I want you guys to make a table that looks just like this. Draw a table that has 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. In the first column, you're going to write object. In the second column, you will write natural resource. In the third column, you're going to write location. Where do we find this object? In the fourth column, you're going to write drawing. You are going to go on a scavenger hunt at home and see what objects you can find in your home that are made of different natural resources and draw a picture. You will now have about 4 minutes to add this chart to page 31 in your notebook. Let me show you an example of what I found in my home. The object that I found was a picture frame. It is made from a natural resource, wood. The location where I found it was in my room, and here is a picture of it. Now I want you to do the same thing. Explore around your house and find one object that is made of a natural resource. In the first one, you are going to write the name. In the second column, tell me what natural resource was used to make it. In the third column, you're going to tell me where you found it. And then in the last column, draw me a picture. Once you have written the object, the natural resource, drew a picture, and tell me where it's at, you can take a picture either using your webcam on your device or using your phone or mom or dad's phone. Once you take a picture, you can send me an email at maribel.ramos@neacademy.net. Send me the picture. You can send it to me to the class dojo or have mom and dad text it to me. You can also find my email under resources, Miss Ramos' email. It is right there. If you have any questions, you can always visit me during office hours. Also, remember we have our Unit 4 test about natural resources coming up next Thursday. Under resources, you can find test review. The first link under test review is the Unit 4 study guide. It is available in English and Spanish. Make sure you are reviewing this material so that you are ready for our test on Thursday. We will be having a study session next week. Have a good weekend.